We are the premier political talk show in Southern Arizona now in our 24th year. Continuous political talk. With us is Jesse Kelly, Republican candidate for Congress, nominated by the Republican Party to carry the torch into the general election here in this special election to replace Gabrielle Giffords as she has stepped down from Congress. Jesse Kelly, congratulations, and really just an overwhelming victory yesterday.
Well, it was overwhelming. It was humbling for us. Our team did a great job, but really the support of the voters out there who like our message of lower taxes, lower gas prices, a stronger economy, we were really, really blown away by that.
Well, obviously, I think you're going to be joined by those three people that you defeated yesterday. I didn't hear one say they wouldn't support you, and so I think there'll be obviously some support from those that you defeated yesterday, at least as I read it.
Well, to their credit, they actually all already called and pledged that support. They all pledged their utmost that anything we needed, they would be with us 100% in an effort to get this country's economy back on track.
I was talking to your Democratic opponent, Ron Barber, and I said, let's talk about two particular issues. We don't know how you would vote on that and whether you even had a chance to vote, but I think they were votes that reflected an approach to the solving of some serious problems in America. First of all, the Buffett rule, the idea that the Democratic Party and Mr. Barber, I'm sure, would suggest that wealthy people should pay more. The Buffett Amendment would suggest that those who are millionaires and beyond into the billionaire class would pay what their secretaries pay. How would you have voted on that had it been before you?
Absolutely not. We do not vote to raise taxes on small business at this time. And frankly, John, you know I don't like to just go after President Obama continuously. But to have a president champion this rule, and then the tax returns come out, and we find out that his secretary paid more in taxes than he did, paid a higher rate in taxes. It's actually very embarrassing for the Democratic Party. We cannot tax small businesses to get out of this recession. We need to cut taxes on businesses to get out of this recession.
We were talking to Mr. Barber about the Blunt Amendment and also the social issues and contraception. Let's talk about how you would have voted on the Blunt Amendment and how it defines a clear difference between you and Ron Barber.
Well, I'll say this. The government has no business making health care decisions for employers, for employees, providers, for anybody. This is the problem that we're even discussing this issue, that the federal government should be involved in this in any way. But frankly, I believe this is a complete distraction tactic out of Washington, D.C. to take people's minds off the fact that there's 14% unemployment and $4 a gallon gasoline. And now we're always stuck talking about an issue that does not put one American back to work.
Let's talk a little bit about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Obviously, in your district, you have a large number of elderly people. And a lot of people said, I'm not sure I understood the Kelly position in 2010. Make it very clear where you stand on Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid for those that qualify.
We can and we will protect the benefits that seniors have earned while giving choices and options to future generations. Protect the benefits seniors have earned and give generations choices in the future.
Let's talk about the jobs and the economy. Certainly that's on everybody's mind. We're talking with Shelley Fishman, our money expert, who was saying, yes, all of us believe that we could have done more and faster to turn this economy around from really what was a terrible economic crash. There was no question about it. Before Obama even took office, we were spending trillions on a daily basis to bail Wall Street out. But now we are where we are, and how do we get out of where we are and get people back to work more quickly, Jesse Kelly?
We get people back to work by trusting what really creates jobs in this nation, and that's the American people. We not only reduce our corporate tax rate, which is currently the highest in the world, we reduce the tax rate on every single American. Because as we've seen from Washington, they can't be smart with their dime, but the American people can. It's the American people that are getting punished by these gas prices, by these higher taxes. Let the American citizen hold on to his or her own dollar and spend it as they see fit, instead of sending it to Washington where we get fraud and waste and abuse.
Mr. Barber, in a conversation we had just moments ago with him on our show, said that you want to abolish the minimum wage.
John, it's sad that all Ron Barber has are lies about our position to cut taxes and create jobs in this nation. Do you know that there is 3% unemployment in North Dakota right now? And the reason that is energy, because they have unleashed the energy sector in that nation. We talk about our deficit and our debt all the time. We talk about our unemployment rate, which is crushingly high. The way to get out of that is energy, and that's more than just oil. That's natural gas. It's clean coal. We are sitting on a mountain of money that can take care of our jobs, lower our gas prices, and put everybody back to work, and not just a job, a good-paying job.
But what about abolishing the minimum wage?
You know, again, that's a blatant lie from Ron Barber, and it actually does sadden me that that's what they...
You do not want to abolish the minimum wage.
We're never going to be able to abolish the minimum wage. People want higher paying jobs. That's what they want, and that's what we can give them if we cut taxes on businesses and citizens.
All right, let's go to Eric on our phone lines. Eric, you're with Jesse Kelly, a candidate for Congress, Republican, nominated yesterday by the GOP in Southern Arizona in Congressional District 8. Eric, your question or comment, please.
Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Kelly. What I want to know is, when you said you want to protect Social Security, please be specific on how you're going to do that, because the arithmetic as it is right now, it goes belly up in a number of years. Could you please tell us how you plan on doing that?
That is a great question. Thank you for the call, Eric, and let's answer it specifically. He brings up a great point about how upside down the finances are. The point is, we need a bigger economy. We currently have an economy around $15 trillion. That needs to grow in order to fulfill our obligations. The only way we will grow our economy that quickly in order to protect our seniors is what we just talked about, and that is energy. That is what will bring in the wealth to our nation, bring in the jobs, and in return bring in the revenue to our government so we can fund those obligations.
Answer your question, Eric?
I guess. I'm not sure that if the economy doesn't grow, does that mean that Social Security, I'm not going to get it when I turn the eligible age?
Well, Eric, that's why we also support choices for future generations, because it's sad what our government has done to the benefits that seniors have currently earned. Did you know that when we pay into it now, it doesn't even go into a trust fund? It goes right into the general fund where the politicians spend the money that seniors have earned.
All right, thank you very much, Eric, for your question. Jesse Kelly, again, congratulations, and I hope you'll be with us often. I think there is such a stark contrast between your approach to the problems of this country and those of Ron Barber. I think the voters of Southern Arizona in Congressional District 8 are going to have a very clear choice as to who they want to lead them from that congressional seat. And I hope you'll be with us often to answer the questions of our audience and my questions as well, and everybody will have an informed vote in this very critical election. And I appreciate you being on the show today. Again, congratulations on your victory.
John, it's been an honor, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
You bet. Jesse Kelly, a Republican candidate for Congress.